Welcome to this week's episode of Streaming News. We have some big headlines with Amazon looking to buy out our favorite media player. There's also news that two of the largest streaming websites have now been taken over by Ace. There's also shocking news that Amazon are now going to start blocking us remapping those media buttons, which is something that I use myself to launch a custom launcher. There's also news about Plex adding some cool features allowing you to skip the credits. And finally, we'll look at the big statistics on exactly how popular streaming was versus broadcast versus cable. First up, we see Plex has now added the ability to automatically skip the end credits. Now you may be thinking, what's so special about that? Well, lots of movies and TV shows now have mid-credit and end-credit scenes, and using this new feature, you can press a button and the AI technology will automatically skip to wherever that mid-credit or end-credit scene is. And the great thing is that this feature will actually work across all of Plex's ad-supported services, as well as local content. If you're running a local Plex server, you can now also take advantage of this new service. Do leave me a comment below if you use Plex and what you think of it. Next up, we have our friends at Ace, who've now shut down one of the largest pirate sites in the Middle East, which was called MySema. Now, this application, which was apparently operated from Alexandria, had 50 million monthly visits. And this one of the things we always say, that when you have that kind of quantity or those kind of numbers, that's a lot of eyeballs. So, showing just one or two adverts, you can really see how much money these websites can make. And the demand is just so great. Even if one website does get shut down, because of that sheer demand, you can see why clones and other websites will spin up very, very quickly. And we can see this particular one offered 12,000 movies and 26,000 TV series. And the anti-piracy coalition ACE, which is the Alliance for Creativity and Entertainment, they're the ones that were behind the takedown of this piracy ring. Now, it says that this was actually the second largest piracy ring in the region, offering free movies and TV shows. The interesting thing is they didn't try and hide what they're doing, because more or less on their website it clearly said, our website is the most prominent free movie site, meaning that enables you to follow your favorite shows and movies for free without the need to pay in order to subscribe to the site. So, and as I always say, once the numbers get to this amount, then it's only really a matter of time before the authorities jump in and they shut you down. Next up, we have the big one where Amazon is now blocking the remapping of the Fire Remote app shortcut buttons. And this is something that many people use. It's a great way for you to launch your favorite third-party applications, maybe your favorite custom launchers. But with this update, it looks like they're now going to block the ability to remap those buttons. Now, this is something that I do use myself. In fact, if I jump over to my 4K Firestick Max, we can see on that device, I am using this remote control. And on here, I've actually remapped the Disney button. So when I press that, it will instantly take me to a custom launcher. So that's working fine at the moment. But once this new update goes live, I won't be able to remap this button to my favorite custom launcher. So I really don't understand why Amazon make this process so difficult. They already blocked the ability to use the home button to launch a custom launcher, but now even blocking people remapping these other buttons, I think it really is a step too far. Especially if I don't use Disney Plus or I don't use Netflix, then why can't I remap those buttons to something else? I mean, I bought the Fire Stick or Fire TV Cube, I own the remote control. Why can't I just remap one of these buttons? And you can see now with the new update, they're going to use a more sophisticated method to detect which application is being launched with the remote control. So when I press Disney Plus, is it actually Disney Plus that's launching? And if it's not, I'll now see the error saying the app name, like for example, the Wolf launcher or the Project Ivy launcher, is not trusted, and it won't allow me to launch the app. So really frustrating. And it's almost like Amazon are just saying, if you want to customize your device, move over to Android TV or somewhere else. In fact, do leave me a comment below if you do use these media buttons to remap and launch your favorite applications. Guys, before I forget, let me just share this amazing offer, which is only available for the next 2 weeks, whereby you can get complete protection for all of your devices, all of your Fire Sticks, all of your Android TVs, Windows, laptops, phones, everything covered with maximum protection, change your IP address, hide your online activity, access geolocked content, and to get all of that for under $3 a month, I definitely think you want to take up this special offer. Do have a look in the video description and pinned comment. Next up, we have some stats. It's always interesting to see exactly how popular streaming is versus the traditional broadcast or maybe cable or something else. And here we can just see in this article on the Streamable, we can see that probably no surprise that streaming now accounted for 38.1% of how people consumed their content, with cable coming in second place with 30% and broadcast with 24.9%. I really can't remember the last time I actually watched normal broadcast TV. Anything that I watch is normally through a streaming app or a streaming service. And drilling down, we can see that 8.6% was on YouTube, 7.5% was on Netflix, 3.5% was on Hulu. And you have some of the smaller players like Prime Video with 2.9% and Disney Plus, which actually dropped to 1.7%. And this is actually a decline from last year, which just shows that their price increase plus their ad-supported model really is not working. In fact, do leave me a comment below if you do actually subscribe to these official services like Disney Plus or Netflix, or are you just somebody that only uses third-party applications. Next up, we have Amazon looking to buy the very popular MX Player application. Now, if you have used any of the the previous streaming applications or really any of the typical media applications, MX Player really is one of the most popular media players out there. Has lots of great codecs built in, has hardware acceleration, allows you to scale the picture. I believe it has subtitle support as well. It's a very, very popular player. Interesting to see Amazon looking to buy this out. Now, one of the reasons could be that they'd like to integrate this as the default player for the Prime Video or any of the standard Amazon applications. And if that is the case, then that will be a big win for the consumer because MX Player really is a fantastic player. And on the flip side, as we can see here, that the app is widely used by piracy applications, many IPTV services, both legal and illegal. If Amazon are only buying it to either shut it down or make it difficult for third parties to use, then that will be a big loss for the end consumer. In fact, do leave me a comment below if you are somebody that uses the MX Player. And lastly, we have once again Ace taking down another pirate website, which has been running for 15 years. So for 15 years, they were able to avoid the shutdown by changing domains, by changing the hosting country, all of these things. But eventually the authorities came down and they were able to shut this website down. And it offered illegal streaming and a DDL, which is direct download link. So a website where you can go to where you'll find either software or content, and they'll have direct links to allow you to download that. They were getting around 15 million visits per month. So again, impressive numbers. And when you get numbers like that, it just shows you how much demand there is, how popular the demand for this content is, which is why these sites keep spinning up. And we can see the kind of layout and content that they provided. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Many thanks for watching this week's roundup of streaming news. I'm actually really enjoying making this content. Do leave me a comment below, let me know what you think, and I'll hopefully catch up with you guys real soon. Thanks.